Hello, Virgo. Virgo rising and Virgo moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting May 22nd, 2017. And a quick reminder for you Virgo people out there, remember if you want to get a session with me, you do need to go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. I'm doing this because I don't know where I'm going to put the bar, and or you can just follow the links below. And there's a self-schedule application on there. You can schedule yourself, or you can order a downloadable video file. So what is going on here with your astrology this week? Well, this week it's all about the planet Venus, the planet of luck, love, harmony, peace, affection, and popularity. And it's currently going through Aries, your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, self-employment income, intimacy, sensuality, and all kinds of good stuff. And in the beginning of the week, on Monday, we have it forming a tight connection with the moon in this area, and we tend to have voids getting filled, holes being filled, and something being repaired for you in this area. Whether it's money that you've expected, it's supposed to be coming your way, something that's owed to you, payback, or a payout, or possibly even something that is meant to, fill a void when it comes to a self-employment or personal enterprise situation that you are in. If something was lost or something's taking too long, it may actually come in. We also have the Moon and Venus talking about revving up your romantic life and your sexual life. Very, very much keep it 18+. And the interesting thing about this Venus-Moon connection can also indicate a wonderful opportunity for you and your partner to reconnect or reignite some kind of romantic activity or passion that connected you in the first place. Later on in the week, we've got Venus forming a tense square to Pluto between your 8th house and your 5th house of love and romance. And Pluto is currently retrograde in your 5th house. And whenever Venus forms a square, this tends to, in this way, we tend to have almost too many options or too much of a good thing. And for a lot of you single Virgos out there, while you may be entertaining the option of maybe even seeing somebody new, somebody from your past, whether you've been with them or not, may also confuse you a little bit, and you want to not make a big decision this week, okay? Don't even try, don't sit there and think, well, what should I do? I need to make a decision on the spot. No, you don't. Okay? You do not. Because you never know. And I don't know what the rest of your chart looks like. For those of you who are currently coupled, definitely not the same thing. Usually for coupled people with Venus square, Pluto retrograde, it talks a little bit more about settling an old financial issue, or perhaps even an old issue relating to a romantic partner or a child that you share. If you are divorced from this person or separated from this person, it may come up, yes, that there is an opportunity to settle this, but it will not come without some form of resistance, but Venus forces peace, so we can be glad for that. So what's going on for your cards this week then, we may ask? Well, for your spiritual advice, we do have the card of the Fairy Norn. This talks about inclusion, this talks about groups, this talks about making sure that people actually feel safe. And also, again, allowing more people to do work on your behalf than having you do it all yourself, Virgo. Especially. And with the Fairy Norn, it does also indicate, patience with other people doing it their own way as a virtue when it comes to cooperation. Just because we're allowing other people to do things on our behalf doesn't mean that they have to do everything to a T. Say, do, walk, talk, and act just like we would in that situation. And this week you may find that other people's ways of doing things may even be more efficient. I always judge things based on efficacy and results. And then this is a card that basically says you may actually get better results if you take your hands off. It's hard to think about for us Virgos, but it's important to do. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we do have the Four of Cups reversed. There may be a bit of a shake-up going on the work and finance front, but it may actually be for your favor, because a long-standing routine that has become dull, that is over, that is not necessarily actually working for you anymore, is going to be taken off the table before you even asked for it to be. This could actually be something that brings you a lot more money a lot more quickly, or this could even be you qualifying for a job you didn't think you were going to be offered, or something that you didn't think would be in an industry you ever thought you could work for. But it is a breakthrough nonetheless. The Four of Cups reverse can also indicate here a change in policy that kind of goes against what may be a former authority figure, or the, I guess you could say the community expectation would be, actually turns out to be better for everyone, even though they may be just a little bit too afraid of slight change. Turns out that something everyone is afraid of happening happens anyway, and it turns out to be for the better. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the others in your life, we do have the Queen of Swords reversed. And this card can indicate here a challenge with, looks like there might be somebody who's got a bit of a grudge, a bit of an axe to grind. Whether they have daggers for you or daggers for the world, either is usually likely when you get the Queen of Swords reversed, because the Queen of Swords reversed can often indicate with somebody who just tends to hoard a lot of negative emotions from day 1 up until day, 20,000. And when we see the Queen of Swords reversed, it's important not to take on too much of that bitterness for ourselves. We may be accidentally misappropriating negativity or even a grudge, whether it's well-founded or not, that needs to go somewhere else. Why should you take the blame or take the negative energy for a friend just because this person doesn't have the spine to go talk to him or her? Or why should you go and take the bullet for a lover or a partner because this person has not actually thought about a good way to articulate their grievances in a way that's intelligible? The Queen of Swords reversed can be somebody who you do need to assert a bit of a boundary with, though, as well, and set limitations. Just because she might actually have a good reason to be upset doesn't mean she's handling it the right way, and that doesn't mean you deserve any harassment or abuse just because she decides to be a ticking bomb. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Four of Wands reversed. And interestingly enough, this is not a bad card, whether it's reversed or in a challenge position, because the Four of Wands reversed is talking about setting up sanctuary or actually investing time and energy into something that will start to pay off sooner than you expect. The Four of Wands reversed always talks about a need to pay attention to where, again, we need to be more inclusive of others, but also take a lot of our time away from the hustle and bustle, the work and the grind, and focus on actually setting up our sanctuary. Whether our sanctuary is our home or another space, the Four of Swords reverse can indicate, for those of you who are interested in doing things like cleansings and blessings and purification, raising the vibration of the energies around you, it's important to actually be able to do, whether in esteem or with spiritual practice. The Four of Wands reverse can often indicate that, again, our home, our space, reflects our entire lives, as within, so without. And being able to actually set up a space that is held for you could be your challenge. Whether it's you're finding time or finding the imagination to do it, it's time well spent. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Nine of Cups upright. And the Nine of Cups upright can be a beautiful card because it does talk about a wish being granted for you. Alright, a lot of you Virgo people who are single, and maybe you've been waiting for somebody who's worth asking out on a date, or you're thinking about getting the courage to ask somebody out on a date, you will find it. And it turns out they are definitely interested as well, and you may actually find out that they're interested in giving this a go. What's a date? Everyone's willing to give it a try. The Nine of Cups upright can also indicate for a lot of you, if you are asked out this week by somebody, it may be a bit of a surprise, but you may also find better comes if you do say yes. For those of you who are currently coupled, the Nine of Cups upright says a partner has gone out of their way to fulfill a wish for you, whether you asked for it or not. And you may have thought you were supposed to do it all on your own, but remember the fairy Norn. Just because somebody goes out and does it their way and they succeed, doesn't mean you should take it personally. And certainly don't get mad on principle. We Virgos don't want to maintain that control freak, stereotype. They all come from somewhere, but we can change it. So that's your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like it. If you did like it, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.